Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group. What I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have a 2025 Hyundai Elantra. So we'll look at the trim levels, the interior, the exterior, and then go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. Now we're behind the wheel of the 2025 Hyundai Elantra. This is the SEL Convenience. So there's a few different trim levels to select from. I like the convenience. It's giving you a lot of stuff for the money as well as some pretty great fuel economy. But for now, before we even get going, I've got my phone with me as we always do, and it's actually gonna have wireless charging down here. Or if you want, you can plug your phone in, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, and you're gonna get wired Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. So that makes it very safe to not be messing with your phone when you're on the go. But for now, let's put it in drive, go for a spin around. Now, 2025 Hyundai Elantras are going to be powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder, and that means you're looking at about 39 mpg on the highway. That's pretty awesome fuel economy. Now, combined, you're still looking at about the mid-30s, whether it's city driving or highway driving, but there's a lot of style and design and great features on these new Hyundai Elantras. I love the exterior look. I think starting out there's a bunch of different colors you can select from. This blue does look really cool, and when you go with the SEL package, this one does add a 17-inch alloy wheel, so it's kind of that 5-spoke split design. It works very nicely with this vehicle, and I think the aggressive design of the vehicle isn't overdone, but it just gives it a sharp look, and you always kind of notice them when you're on the road. So up front, you are going to get the LED headlights on this model. It gives it a very sleek design with the silver bar in the middle. It does kind of give it a nice flow to the front of the vehicle, yet again, kind of keeping some of that aggressive style, and then it also will have kind of the laid flat silver Hyundai emblem up there. Now, as far as the space in the back, you can pop the trunk from the outside of the vehicle. There's a little black button back there you can click, and there is quite a bit of room, being that this is a smaller vehicle from the Hyundai lineup. I was surprised. You could probably put a couple sets of golf clubs back there, maybe a couple duffel bags if you're going away for a weekend, and this would make a pretty awesome road trip vehicle. I noticed I had a lot of headroom, even in the second row. I was surprised, because even some crossover SUVs I hop in and I feel like I'm a little cramped, but this Elantra does get a lot of knee space as well as headroom, whether you're in the driver's seat or in the back. From the driver's seat though, this is where the SEL Convenience kind of is going to pay off. These are cloth seats. I love the design. It's got kind of a little white sort of emblem in the middle here that does look really cool, and these are also going to be heated. So for the driver and the passenger, you have 3-level heated seats, plus this also comes with a remote start, so you can fire it up in the winter time and get it nice and toasty when you hop in, and it's also keyless entry on the exterior. So you just tap that little button, push button start, and you're off and running. Now, what else is really cool on this model? You get two 10.25-inch displays. The left side is going to be the digital gauge cluster here, so that's going to show you all your pertinent information you can kind of scroll through. Whether that's some of your safety stuff or just your fuel economy, you can see the speed you're traveling on there. And what else is cool, it also will pop up speed limit signs. So it's telling me right now I'm in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. It would pop up school signs in there if you enter a school zone, so that's a pretty cool little safety feature. So speaking a little bit more on safety, now this one is going to have blind spot monitoring, there's emergency braking in here, you also have the lane keep assist, so if you have that on, you can kind of feel the steering wheel move. It will help you stay in your lane. If you're a little drowsy or tired when you're driving, or maybe not paying attention for a second, that can certainly help you out. Then you also can set the cruise control with smart cruise control, so that can be 3, 2, 1 car length distances ahead of you. It's going to keep that distance on the road, and it's very convenient. Now, what about the ride and drive? So we got a 45-mile-an-hour zone here. If you put your foot down, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but you know what? I think 95% of the time, if it's just you driving around, you're heading to work, heading to the gym, picking up the kids, this is more than enough. The 2-liter 4-cylinder gives you plenty of power to merge out onto the road, yet I'll take that 39 mpg on the highway as a trade-off for not maybe having a turbocharged motor, but I think the Elantra can deliver great fuel economy just in this base form, yet give you enough little get up and go when you put your foot down if you do need it. Now, what else is cool on the other 10.25-inch display? This is going to give you that Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Text messaging, Google Maps, Spotify, everything's going to be built right into this system, and it's very responsive. Some of the even newer systems today aren't even that responsive. This one does work really well. You can pull up your maps as well with onboard navigation that's going to be built into this vehicle. So if you don't want to use your phone, that makes it very easy there as well. That also shows you the speed limits and a few other destinations you can program there, which is pretty cool. Then it's sort of a split screen. On the other side, you can have the compass or your music or weather on there, or you can just have the map on that side. It's a pretty convenient and easy to use system. Now, what else is cool in here? The screen, just the regular screen, you can go through some of your safety settings. Maybe you don't want that lane departure warning or some of the other stuff. You can click those, turn them off in there, or there's a few adjustments you can also make on the steering wheel. Now, this is a leather-wrapped steering wheel and shift knob combo, and it does make a little bit of a difference. From the SE, or kind of the base model, the leather-wrapped wheel does feel really nice in your hands, and I love the layout of the wheel. It's very easy to get comfortable in this car. Now, this particular SEL just does have the manual seat adjustments on the side, but I mean, it's pretty simple. Once you set it, I like that it's easy to move about, and like I said, it's really comfortable. I think Hyundai has done such a great job with the seat design that immediately when I hopped in the car, I wasn't kind of wailing around. I wasn't trying to get set up. You just hop in, you're comfortable, and you can figure out how everything works right away. This one has a dual zone climate control, but it's not built into the infotainment system. It's just right down here. You've got two physical knobs you can use to change the climate. You can click sync, turn it off. It's very simple. Like I said, some of the new cars kind of overcomplicate some of the stuff, so I love the simplicity of the Elantra interior. Now, overall ride and drive, it's quiet, it's comfortable, it's very just compliant and easy to drive when you're on the road. There's nothing, like I said, overcomplicating in here. You can get in, you know how the buttons work, you can kind of feel it out, what goes where and how it works. I love that about these Hyundai Elantras, that just anyone could hop in. You could throw the keys to your grandma, your sister, anyone, they'd be able to jump in and just take off and go. And that makes it easy for day to day. There's not a bunch of overcomplication in here, and with that great fuel economy and the price point you're at, it makes it a pretty awesome little vehicle. Now, speaking of price, the MSRP for the SEL Convenience is going to come in just a little over $27,000. So I think the average new car price right now in the US is just over $48,000. So this is $20,000 less than that, and you're still getting a lot of the safety features, the adaptive cruise or smart city cruise control, blind spot monitoring, you can do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and this one's also got the sunroof up above. So I mean, if you're getting almost 40 miles to the gallon, a lot of the convenience and technology, and the price point is almost $20,000 less than the typical new car price right now, there's a lot to like about these Hyundai Elantras. So there's a couple buttons down here just next to the shifter. One of them is going to do different drive modes. So you can go into a sport mode or the smart mode and then just back to normal. And then the other button is going to be to pull up the backup camera. So if you're parked or going very slowly, you can click that button and it's actually going to let you look behind you. Maybe the kids left something in the driveway, trying to see what's going on behind you. If you're at a stoplight, that's a pretty cool feature and a nice little safety add-on. So I think if you're cross shopping, maybe Honda, Toyota, Nissan, there's so many different vehicles to choose from nowadays, it can get a little tricky. But when you're looking at Hyundai, you look at the warranty they offer, which is one of the best out right now. You get all this equipment, technology, and I think good looks on the exterior. I think the Hyundai Elantra is definitely one to come out, take for a spin, and see what you think. Now, that was just a quick look and drive at the 2025 Hyundai Elantra. Now, if you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by anytime. We'd be more than happy to help. Thanks again for watching.